Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are talking trail shoes today. Nike Zegama 2, Nike's Max Stack trail shoe. I got this $130 deal on Running Warehouse. And you know how I found most of my deals these days on running shoes? It's not through research that I do. I used to put together every single weekend 10 best running shoe deals. No, I don't do that anymore. I do sometimes. I do it about once a month. But how I found most of my deals is through the Supwell app. It's my community that I started. It's a great place to come and connect with other hobby joggers if you want to learn more about running, if you want to ask questions about running, or if you want to just geek out about the shoes and find deals like this Zegama 2. I also found this Peg Trail 5 Gore-Tex deal, $90 on the Supwell app. Somebody posted a link to it. So we have a buy, sell, trade marketplace where you can find deals on shoes that people are selling. And we also have a channel where people post deals and discounts that they find across the web. And we have forums for, I said web. Well, I'm getting washed. And we also have training forums where you can answer any questions, ask and answer any questions. One of the best training forums on the web for hobby joggers. So it's $5 a month. Come in, have fun. It's a great place. It's my community. If you want to up your best and connect with other running sickos and hobby joggers out there, make sure to join. All right, enjoy today's video. Good morning, fellow hobby joggers. It is Friday, 6:13 a.m. Charlie is in the other room. Everyone's awake. This is the thing. I tried to wake up at 6. Well, I actually tried to wake up at 5:30. Then I went back to sleep to get more recovery sleep. And then everyone's already awake. Reevesy's over there banging stuff in his room. Roni's, of course, she's already just in the bed with us, grabbing my face. So here we are, 6:14 a.m. We got the Nike Zegama in the house for review today, and for testing. It's not even a review. It's not a review. This is a test. I'm trying to find my ultra shoe. I'm on a quest, and I guess along the way I'm going to be reviewing some trail shoes too. Some people like trail shoes. Some people are interested in them. A lot of people aren't. That's what I've found. Most people are interested in the road shoes, but this is a good one. By the way, if you're going to buy any new shoe, make sure to do it through Running Warehouse. Also, I always forget to say, because I buy these shoes and I have them sitting in my office for weeks until I find the right time to review them. Oh, that's my alarm. But I should mention, I got this for $130. $130. This is I think $180 or $170 trail shoe, and I got it for $130. So this is my second Nike trail shoe of the week. Earlier this week, we ran in this guy, best trail colorway of the year. Best running shoe colorway of the year in general too. Can we get fix the lighting? So yeah, this uses Nike's all-terrain compound. This was a banger out on the roads. It's the Peg Trail 5 hybrid road trail shoe, Gore-Tex upper for waterproofing. This is not a serious technical trail shoe. This is a shoe you get for the waterproofing capabilities and if you need to do some trails here and there. So the Zegama this is Nike's top trail non-plated shoe. Right now they have the Ultrafly. That's more of their Carbon County race shoe. This guy is their cruiser. So let's open it up and see. I don't even remember what colorway I got. I think it was a black one. But yeah, 130 something. I'm really liking Nike's trail aesthetic, by the way, with these boxes and then with this packaging. They do a nice job. So bada boom, bada bang. Ooh, look at this. This is another good colorway too. Nike's just killing it with the trail side, and we have more pinks and purples here. I can hear Reevesy over there, so we might be doing the rest of this overview later. I'm gonna see how much farther we can go, but you get the Zoom X in the midsole here. It doesn't feel as soft as regular Zoom X. You also get the Vibram. That's the difference between the Zegama here and the Peg Trail. The Peg Trail had the all-terrain compound. This has the legit Vibram. So the all-terrain compound was good. This is going to grip the ground better. This also has more aggressive lugs. This is a real deal trail shoe. There's no messing around here. We might have to do the rest of this. Might have to do the rest of this on the road. I really like the way this looks, though. This is a good looking shoe. gonna crush some trails this morning. Alright, Reevesy's over here drinking his frothed milk. How you doing, buddy? You good or grumpy? No response. Yeah, I'm gonna pack these up. We are gonna be going to a place called Ann Springs Close Greenway this morning. Can you say ASC, buddy? ASC. Yeah, we're gonna go to ASC. I'm gonna take these. We're gonna hit some trails. I'll tell you all the specs and stats over there. Reevesy's coming too. And we'll get some good trail miles in. You do the rest of the... You wanna see it? Alright, I'll see you guys later. Destruction mode. Yeah. Thanks. Alright, we are off here. This is a driving Mason to school day, so we'll be taking the hobby jogger wagon. I already put the shoes in there. I'm rocking the Peg Trail 5s. We are gonna listen to... I don't know what we're gonna listen to. The new Boldy James Harry Fraud came out, but they don't have a clean version, so we'll find something with a clean version to listen to, me and Mace. We got our shoes stacked up down there. All the trail shoes. And we're gonna hit the road. Yeah, that's the other thing. Take a look at this. 33 degrees. See you, dude. Alright, now we can head to where we're gonna go run, just at Mason School. And we can also put on our real music for the morning. Bump that new Boldy James Harry Fraud Brictionary. Let's go. This is probably copyrighted. Make sure it doesn't actually play.
I'll beat it with the tool, keep a power drill.
We just crossed into South Carolina here. As soon as you cross over the state line, you have booze and you have fireworks. It's like Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Everyone goes to New Hampshire because there's no sales tax. So you load up on the alcohol and fireworks. Like the same thing, man. South Carolina is the New Hampshire of the Carolinas. You come down here, you load up on all those illicit substances. That's not what we're doing today. We're getting some miles in on the trails. Alright, we're here. Ann Springs Close, Greenway. This is a members only place. It's not very expensive, but we have to check in here and then we can get inside.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you a member here?
Yes, we are. Let me check my cards. 81005. Alright, thank you.
Have a good one.
Alright, we're here. It's not very busy. It's still early. Alright, so we're here. Let's take out the Zegamas and do an overview, but look at this. On the Supwell app, we have a Friday Kicks thread. Go check it out if you want to nerd out about shoes. But I brought a bunch of the different trail shoes that I have here so we could do some comparisons. This is the Adidas Agravic Speed Ultra. I haven't put very many miles in it at all. I got it when I was at the Running Warehouse event earlier this year, but good continental rubber outsole, full race foam in the midsole, and this is real Light Strike Pro with the energy rods. And then I also brought, for comparison, the Norda 001. This is my go-to trail shoe. I mean, you can just look at this. It's taken some beatings, but this thing can go 800, 1,000 miles. I've heard crazy reports of durability. I have worn off some of the lugs back here, but if you look at the lug depth, I think this is a 5mm lug shoe, and it is very grippy. I've taken this on some seriously wet terrain, and it grips really nicely. Now, the little lines here don't do much. These, you can see between the lugs, these little lines don't do much. I think they're just there for design. They claim it helps with drainability, but you know, marketing people claim a lot of stuff. The secret sauce of this shoe is supposed to be the upper, though. Very durable material, and it's just a new startup-y type brand. So this was a $300 shoe. Is it worth it? In my opinion, no shoe is worth $300, but I mean, it can sing, and I've won trail or podiumed on trail races with this. I've used it for hiking. I've used it for everything. This is a shoe, though, where it does, I don't have upper issues very often. This thing does give me upper issues. It pokes into the back of my Achilles back here because there's no padding. And the other thing about the Adidas Agravic over here, this also doesn't have any padding on the upper, which is super weird. I guess it's so that it's more drainable and it's not wet. I don't know. But let's take out the Zegama here. So this guy has the full Nike ZoomX. Pushing it in, it feels firmer. And out of all these shoes that I just showed, this has the most comfort-oriented upper. It's the least flexible. You do have this stiff piece in the back, which is nice. Hopefully the stability is good too. It has a chunky heel. That was the thing about the Agravic Speed Ultra, and it has a very aggressive rocker, but really narrow base out in the back. And for any sort of technical terrain, I'm just not confident running in this. I ran on it just on a pretty much a flat gravel road, and it felt so narrow. This feels like almost a trail Vaporfly. This feels like a road racing shoe. So the Zegama here is going to be way more stable. It has that chunky heel. It has the stack. Let me pull up the specs real quick. Yeah, so it's still on sale for, what is it, $130 at Running Warehouse. $39.35 is what Running Warehouse measures it at. So 39 millimeters of cushion in the back, 35 in the front for a 4mm drop. That's crazy. I did not realize this was a 4mm drop shoe, but even just looking at it, it doesn't look like a 4mm drop shoe. Nike just can't really make a low drop shoe, but they're saying it's a 4mm drop shoe at Running Warehouse, and they measure everything independently. So good upper. Let's see, nice padded tongue. It looks comfortable. My main question is just, how is it going to feel? How is it going to feel out there on the trails? And how is this ZoomX going to feel? I have never run on ZoomX on the trails, and as we all know, Nike tends to label things not just Nike, all these brands other than Adidas tend to label things ZoomX or Fresh Foam or Fuel Cell, and then it's different in every shoe. So I can tell you right now, this is not the same ZoomX that is in the Vaporfly and Alphafly. It also might be wrapped in a carrier. Let me see if that's the case. Yeah, it does not say. It just says ZoomX, but it's either a carrier or some sort of blend. All that matters is how it runs. Looks really good. It has this colorway, at least has the cactus. This is not the most fire colorway of 2024, but it's good. It's up there. This is solid. It's gonna look good on foot. I already know that. So let's do a quick weigh-in. Throw it on the scale, and then we can get some trail miles in. It is beautiful out here. Just take a look at this. Another beautiful blue sky day. We do have some clouds, some suggestions of clouds, but the grass is green. The trees are yellow, red, and orange. What a lovely day to run some trails. Alright, so I was gonna do this outside, but it is too cold. It's honestly too cold to do the weigh-in outside. It's freezing out there. It's literally below freezing. I think it's 30. Alright, let's put on the Nike Zegama 2 here. Coming in at, I don't know if you can see that, I'll just read it off, 324.5 grams. So that's about as heavy as a max cushioned road shoe. Now, if this were a road shoe without the lugs and the extra protection, this would likely be 300 grams. And that feels about right for a road daily trainer with this much cushion. So lightweight for what it is. And compared to a road shoe, it's not going to feel super heavy on foot. That's about as heavy as the Puma Mag Max or a New Balance More V5. It's even lighter than the New Balance More V5. But let's throw it up against the Adidas Agravic Speed Ultra. Now, as my friend Nathan said, this is one of the only true trail super shoes. And I don't like using that word for road shoes, but there's a distinction here in that trail. There's a lot of trail racing shoes, but there's not very many that use the same elements and design as the road shoes with the trail outsole. So this is one, and the Hoka Tecton X3 is another. Let's throw this guy on. This guy's coming in at, oh my gosh, look at that difference. 272.5 grams. So way lighter here. That's 60 grams lighter. And it's not just because of the race foam. Well, that is one part of it, but the upper is way lighter. This is a super minimal upper. There's not a lot of padding, not a lot of protection. Also narrower base, and the foam juts in the midfoot. Look how narrow this midfoot is. This is narrower than almost every road speed shoe right now. This midfoot is so narrow. So this is the type of shoe you want if you're going to be ripping on some gravel or fire roads. This is a lot of the UTMB. A lot of that course is smooth dirt roads. That's what this thing is going to be great for. This is not going to be great for attacking slick, muddy terrain like we have out here in the Carolinas. You don't want to be going through red clay, slick, deep red clay in something like this, especially just given the rocker and the stability isn't going to be as great. But this is speed for flat off-road terrain, or it doesn't even need to be flat, but just not rocky. And let's throw the Norda 001 on. So this thing is an absolute tank. This thing is a monster truck. It has a lower drop like the Zegama here. Foam isn't that exciting. I don't know if it's an EVA or something similar. It doesn't feel that bouncy, but it's just cushioned. It's a nice, solid, cushioned shoe. It's almost like a Hoka Skyflow for the trails. And I've run fast in it. Let's throw it on the scale. 308.5 grams. That's crazy. It felt lighter in my hands than the Zegama, but I guess it's not. But the upper here is way lighter than the Zegama. So a lot of that weight is going to be coming from the midsole and the outsole. I would say these outsoles are roughly equivalent. We'll have to see how they do in terms of trail performance, but it looks like the Norda 001 has a wider base as well. So this is currently my favorite trail shoe. I also have the Craft Explorer. I completely forgot about that one. That's at home. I don't run the trails very often. So Craft Explorer is what I was using for a lot of my outside hiking adventures this summer. The midsole is bouncier and softer than the Norda here. but the fit isn't as good, and it's not as stable. This feels like a more serious trail racing product. So last thing on the way in, QA check on the Zegama. This guy's coming in at 324. What was the other one? 324.5? I think so. Yeah, look at that. So really nice job on the QA. 0.5 difference despite all the extra material and thick rubber outsole. That's good. That's the sign of this is going to be a quality product here. I also do have the Peg Trail 5s on my feet in a similar colorway. I'm not going to take them off right now to throw them on the scale. I guess I am going to take them off because we need to put the shoe on. So I might as well just do that. Anyway, huh? What do you think? By the way, I forgot to mention, these are the Zegama 2. This is the second edition. I did not run in the first edition. Again, I've been saying this ever since I signed up for this Ultra. I really like running on the trails. I just don't have very many close to me. This is about 35 minutes away from home, and I lucked out this morning because I was able to pop down here, get an early departure and make it before work. But typically it's kind of a force to run on the trails. This is honestly kind of a force, but it's Friday, so I'm able to do it. All right, stepping in here, and this is a great comparison because I was just in Nike's standard or baseline trail shoe. It's not their cheapest one, but the Peg Trail 5 Gore-Tex hybrid road trail shoe. Immediately stepping in here to the Zegama, the upper is so padded and so comfortable. Holy cow. It is a flat toe box though, and I was getting my foot jammed up against the end of some shoe recently, and I'm still battling that. So yeah, it's hopefully, man, I might need to buy something in at an 11 for this race because I can feel that right at the end. But step in here, the step in comfort is better than the Pegasus. It feels higher off the ground than the Pegasus Trail. By the way, I looked it up, and these are 4mm lugs. I can feel, just right here, I can feel the lugs gripping into the ground. It's a lot more aggressive. Let's compare these side by side. You can see the Zegama here with these chevron pattern lugs. Someone called it chevron pattern lugs. These are so much more aggressive than these diamonds on the Peg Trail 5. So these are probably two or three on the Peg Trail 5, and then you have 4 with the Vibram. The Peg Trail is not Vibram, so it feels more like a real trail shoe. It also does feel 4mm drop. It's crazy. I had no idea Nike made a 4mm drop shoe. This is a fun shoe, man. I can feel it. I can feel the 4mm drop, meaning it's a flatter platform, and especially switching in from the Peg Trail to this, which puts you up on your toes, that classic 10mm feel. This is way flatter and a lot more cushioning under the forefoot. And yeah, just stepping in here, it feels so much more comfortable. But I gotta say, it also kind of feels like I have a pair of Paul Georges on. Those are my basketball shoes. I have some Nike Paul Georges from 2018 or 2019. I have not kept up to date with the latest basketball shoes because I don't hoop like that anymore. I'm out here getting the miles in, but this feels like a basketball shoe upper. It's thick and padded. So we'll see how this does out there on the trails. It's not going to be too wet, hopefully, so we're not going to be getting any water down into this. But pretty comfortable so far. My fingers are freezing. I did bring gloves. Let's do a quick walk test here just to get the fit and feel check. Decently comfortable. I am feeling the toe box. I am feeling the toe box on my left toe, but that's not a fault of this shoe. That's a fault of some other shoe. And now my left toe and big toenail is bruised. My big toe is bruised, and I can feel it in this one. So I think I need to be running in some 11s. I'm going to pick something up in 11. But I'm going to get my clothes on. Holy cow. It is chilly out here this morning. Yeah, man, someone was just running in there, and they're not even trail running. So there is a bathroom and everything here. I did pop into the bathroom when we parked. I'm gonna get so what I'm going in terms of layering this morning for 35 degrees. base layer. We have the Supwell certified mileage shirt. I would tell you to buy one, but we sold out. I actually think I have a few smalls left, so I'll make sure I get the inventory. So yeah, you can buy one if you're a size small. I'm gonna restock on the Hobby Jogger hats ASAP. Everything I make right now in terms of money, I'm just investing back in the business. So we got the YouTube ad revenue. I'm literally just buying a bunch more hats so that you guys can get the hats, because that's what you've been asking for. So we'll get the hats cranked up. That was my wallet. And then I'm doing this quarter zip above, doing the Hobby Jogger hat with the gloves. And these are just random gloves. These aren't even running gloves. These are just random Columbia brand gloves. Look at that. All right, let's do this thing. I lied. I'm finishing my banana. I did not eat enough today. You need to eat when you have black coffee. I can feel it tearing through my stomach. All right, man, it is cold, but we got to get the show on the road here. Just got to find my car keys. Alright, secured the bag. They were outside the Jeep. Man, let us do this thing. It is cold. It's not supposed to get this cold in the Carolinas, but for some reason, nobody told the weather guys that. I'm just gonna start moving here. So this place has a lake. It has a bunch of trails. We've come here a ton of times. I'm just gonna hit some trails, be out there for at least an hour. I don't need to get any crazy mileage, but just work on the skill of being out in the trails. Now let me get past these people. Then we can do the early overreaction. Holy cow, it is cold. All right, out here on the trail. I guess they have a preschool or something here. But right now I'm on a flat, gravel, rocky path. And this is where you could really rip in a shoe like the Agravic Speed Ultra. This is not what most of the trails around me are like though. Our early overreaction here, this version of Zoom X, it feels firmer than I expected. Well, it feels pretty much like what I expected, but it feels firmer than regular Zoom X. Now keep in mind, the ground is gonna be hard today because it was below freezing. And yeah, I'm not getting a lot of soft cushioning. This does not feel like a non-plated Vaporfly on the trails. This does not feel like a trail Invincible. This feels closer to my Norda 001 right now. But I'm sure it's gonna take some time to break in. And by the time we warm up and get 30 minutes, 40 minutes out here, temperatures should hopefully rise by 10, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Get up into the high 40s, low 50s.
All right, this is where it starts getting technical, and this is where you don't want those Adidas race shoes. Holy cow. So tons of roots out here. We gotta pay attention. Now this is where you can fly, and as I pick up the pace here, or just put more force down the shoe, I am feeling that pop, and I'm feeling the benefit of that firmer platform on some of these more technical areas. And woo, we're gonna have some good climbing. So the goal this morning is just spend some time reacclimating with the trails. My 50K is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So this is gonna be another good deposit in the technical trail skill bank. Oh man, this is something else I have to learn. With all the leaves on the ground, I can't tell if there's roots under here. So I just have to guess and pick my feet up more. So these are all the things I'm trying to work on, just familiarize myself with again, because I have not run any East Coast trails this year. Only trails I've done are out in California. And honestly, when I'm out here, I don't even think about what's on my foot that much. I just try to stay upright and keep moving. That was mile 1, 9:13 pace. Pace doesn't quite matter. Well, it does matter because we're still preparing for a race, but road pace and trail pace is so different depending on the terrain. So that was a 9-minute mile. Some good technical terrain so far. Lots of roots out here. You cannot fly down this. Gotta really watch my step. And then we have some short areas that are more runnable like this, but they're just so few and far between. Shoes are solid so far. Reminds me some of those Nordas, but more ground feel for sure. In typical Nike fashion, even though they're saying this is 35, I can feel every rock under my 4 feet, the balls of my feet. So I don't know if this would be my choice for a rocky course. And that's where the softness of the ZoomX, even though it's not as soft as the road ZoomX, that's where it's banging me. That Norda cushion is just so dense, it deadens any of that root and rock feel, which is super nice. So I guess the question is gonna be, for any of these new trail shoes I'm trying, can they dethrone the Norda? That thing has worked really well for me. some mud, decent performance. It's just crazy the difference between road and trail running. So base fitness converts, aerobic fitness converts, the general principle of picking one foot up and putting it down converts. But I can feel my back muscles working more, my shoulder muscles working more, my abs working more. It's more of a full body exercise because there's so much more stabilization that goes on. It's wild. So I'm glad I'm doing a few of these because I'll get some of those neurological brain-body connection benefits of just having the right muscles firing, so I can be a touch more efficient on the trail. My trail running economy is probably horrible right now, but hopefully by doing a few, it will help. I came back up to use the bathroom, so bombing it downhill here. Woo! Man, this is fun. Yeah, this is where that Zoom X bounce is coming through. Yeah, this is an awesome downhill shoot right here. Woo! I don't know exactly where I'm going, but it's small enough here that you can't get lost too badly, and all the trails connect. I mean, it's a big park, don't get me wrong, but can't get lost too badly. So this is named after Ann Springs Close. I think the Springs family had this huge compound over here, and then she decided she wanted to preserve it so that people could enjoy the beauty of nature. So that's what we're doing today. Shout out to Ann Springs Close, preserving her family's land. So we're getting a good mix of terrain over here so far. Wow, this is very muddy. Yeah, and these shoes did solid. We got some mud damage. They did solid. A little bit of slipping. But at this point, they feel very similar to my Nordas. Similar use case. Similar amount of foam. And my Nordas just handle everything a bit better. But stability is good. These feel planted. The 4mm lug depth is giving me enough traction, especially out here on this type of a trail. This feels like an elevated trail workhorse. Now, I haven't run in dozens of trail shoes or hundreds like I have on the roadside, but this feels like a road daily trainer for the trails. Yeah, the deeper the mud, the worse this thing is. I just went through 2 patches of pretty deep mud. This is slipping and sliding. Thing is, most trail shoes are gonna be slipping and sliding with mud that deep. Oh, well, we're back to where we started. Told you we couldn't get lost. Yeah, in the Carolina red clay, the performance of these is poor. It's poor. I don't know if it's the lugs or just, yeah, I'm slipping and sliding everywhere out here. Which I don't remember happening in my other shoes, but maybe I'm misremembering. All right, we're now going through somebody's backyard. Okay, so I'm saying the trails over here, they're kind of lame. I'm glad we have this, but this is not like the mountains out in the western part of the state or in New England or out west. It's literally somebody's backyard. Whew, all right, we have some flat, runnable terrain. This does have some semblance to ZoomX out on these flats, but it's stable and behaved on the more technical stuff, which is good. That's what you want. You don't want to be popping off sideways on a route. But as I give it some gas here on the flat, it's fun. It's fun for sure. This is where I think it does take the Norda. This is a more fun shoe. The Norda is not a very fun shoe for me. It's very workmanlike. But yeah, I have to be digging a bit to get any of that bounce from these. So we're about 4 miles in here, just cruising, and even just being out here 40-45 minutes, I feel so much more confident on this terrain. It's like riding a bike, just getting back out here on the trails. I'm really glad I came out here. It's fun too, and it's way easier to get into that flow state out here on the trails because there's less to worry about. You just lock into your mechanics, focus on left foot, right foot. You don't have to worry about cars. Sometimes there's a bike, but not today. It's just straight vibes. Yeah, uphill dry grip is great too. I'm so hungry. I really wish I brought a gel. I did not eat enough for dinner last night after running 27 miles yesterday. I didn't bring any food, but they do have a canteen here, so hopefully I can pick something up after. At least a Gatorade. But this is ultra training. We train under fueled. No, I don't advise that, and I don't like training under fueled. It feels like I'm fasted right now. That's how my metabolism must be jacked up from the 30-mile long run Sunday, plus the 27 miles yesterday. I had 2 muffins and 2 bananas, and it feels like I haven't eaten anything. That was mile 5. Out here in the sticks with the horses. Let's go. The horses were putting work on the trails too. Look at that. Just poop everywhere. So I finally figured out what this feels like. I was racking my brain, what daily trainer is it? And it's simple, it's a Vomero. This feels like a Nike Vomero for the trails. Cushion, comfort, some fun from the ZoomX Bounce, but all about the comfort and support and reliability. This feels like a reliable shoe. It's planted, it feels really sturdy. The upper is great. Probably best trail upper I've tried. The Solomons are narrow and constraining. Norda's has that expensive material, but the Achilles is super weird. Craft is all baggy. This is dialed in. This upper is absolutely perfect. It's that type of just leave you alone comfort. Like a Saucony Triumph. This just feels like a fun trail workhorse. And I know people like this for the long distance ultras. If I were going 100 miles over something that didn't have a lot of rocks to poke in my feet, because that's really the fatal flaw of this. When you step on any sharp rocks, you can feel them through the foam. If I were going a long time on soft terrain like this, or just any sort of not rocky terrain, these would be a banger. Am I even on the trail anymore? I'm just on a random road. Is this the highway? I think this is the trail still. It's just a high school or an engineering plant. I think engineering plant. This is definitely not the trail, but we're gonna make it work. Hopefully I don't get lost in this ultra. That is a big variable. Will I get lost? Potentially. There's a non-zero chance. All right, we gotta turn around here. I'll make my way back to the real trail. This is the reason why I just do the same loop in my neighborhood over and over again, because I can just zone out and not worry about getting lost. I'll find my way back, but I actually got lost in a race one time, a road race, so it stinks. So I am gonna have to be mindful of that. I'm gonna study the map, make sure I stay on the trail. We're out here with the Mack trucks. What the heck? Now, I understand why they call everything ZoomX. I really do. It's the Halo product. It's instantly recognizable. All the brands do it. I just wish that they would give us some sort of descriptor. ZoomX Plus, ZoomX Pro, ZoomX Premium, whatever you want to call it. A modifier so that we know the type of experience we're getting. This is like the Vomero ZoomX. It's not like the Alphafly ZoomX. It's a good ZoomX, but it's just not the same. And then the Peg Plus has a different ZoomX. I might have to call up RF Kennedy. Get a petition going. And regulate the heck out of these companies. Make America honest again. Whoa, Nelly. Bombing down hills. Let's go. This is a great downhill speed shoe. That might be the superpower here. Downhill speed. Woo! Oh gosh, I'm gonna eat it. All right, we just hit mile 8. I could definitely do this 3 times. Whoa, first stumble there. But yeah, I'm not worried about the distance of this race. It's just gonna be reacclimating to the trails and practicing this elevation gain as we're going straight up. Holy cow. It's nice here because there's lots of varied terrain. All right, I see the lake down there, so we must be getting close. I did have a moment of did I get lost, but we're on the trails, so it can't be too bad. Woo! Woo! All right, I officially almost know where I am. Yes. Okay, blue star. I officially know where I am. We are officially on last. Yeah, baby. And that was mile 9. Or, yeah, mile 9. That was my first person that I saw out on the trails. Supwell off-road, baby. Putting in work. We're almost at mile 10 here, but there's a big hill. I'm just gonna go up and down this a few times as a finisher. Get some more elevation gain. We're hunting for vert. All right, that's a 2-minute hill with 50 feet of elevation. I'm gonna bang that 2 more times and finish out with 12 miles on the morning. Second rep, 147. This is what we call keeping the mustard on the gosh dang dog. One more of these guys. All right, last one, blast one. Let's go. Blast one, blast one, last one, blast one. Last one, last one. All right, that was it. at 11 miles. I'm gonna jog it out so we can get 12 on the day, at least on the morning. Maybe I'll do more this afternoon. And look at that, another day over 1,000 feet elevation. Building, climbing, stacking in the Nike Max Stack Zegama. We got a swinging bridge here. I think I'm just gonna have to walk across it. Can I run on this? Or is that sketch? That is extremely sketch. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking. Nice views though, huh? Look at that. They named it the swinging bridge for a reason. It's not the stable bridge. Donkeys. And we have horses over here too. Now this is where a shoe like the Adidas Speed Ultra would just be ripping. We ran through the whole dang park. I'm all the way at the dairy barn on the other side. Woo! That's a good session. All the way at the other parking lot. I'm gonna turn around one more mile. I'll see you back at the cars. Ah. Woo! The grind is free, baby. The grind is free. It costs nothing to come out here and get it. Woo! Smells like banana. All right, let's see what we got here. That was a great session, and especially not just in isolation. In isolation, it was fine, but nothing we do in training is in isolation. So look at that. 2 hours and 9 seconds, 8:51 pace. 13 miles and 0.58 hundredths. But the reason why I'm so happy with this is because yesterday we went, where did we go yesterday? 27 with 2,000 feet of elevation gain. And this was another big elevation gain morning. We got 1198. So 1,200 feet up, 1,200 feet down. Some great time on feet in the Zegama. In the Zegama too. How about you? How do you do? Yeah, I'm gonna take these things off. These are super comfortable, by the way. These are a super comfortable shoe. I had to check my messages, but yeah, I mean, these handled the mud okay. That's probably their biggest flaw. But the upper in the, I know some people don't like this word lockdown, but how this shoe feels on foot. Oh man, I don't know if the cord was plugged in that entire time. This has been happening. I need to get a new mic cord because it's just been coming unplugged. But we got 1,200 feet of elevation gain. I'm gonna pop these guys off and then we can get into this breakdown. I can barely pop these off. I need to pop, unpop, unlock, and drop it. I don't know if this is a sad boy refuel or the glory boy refuel. to me, this is fire. This is exactly what I want. Orange juice. This is some ultra marathon food right here. Orange juice, freshly squeezed from the canteen with the Uncrustables. Look at this, bada boom, bada bang. This is not what I would consider health food, but it's calories, and that was basically just a 2-hour fasted trail run. Man, it is so cold out here. It wasn't actually fasted, but it felt like it because for some reason, my engine is burning hot right now. I need a lot of calories today. I need some sweet potatoes, some brown rice, some hearty food, but this will be some good quick calories. Look at that. What do we think of this colorway? Zegama. I'm actually gonna, hold on. I'm so hungry. Again, that was only 2 hours. It wasn't crazy, but yesterday's session just crushed me. The 27 miles across 2 sets. One sip, everybody knows the rules. That's not from concentrate, brother. This is some fine cuisine right here. Fine dining. There's nothing like a Uncrustables in the fall foliage. One bite, everybody knows the rules. People keep saying I need to work on my fueling strategy. Where's Ultra? I don't think so. I think I could eat a full pizza and then run a 20-miler. I might have to have some Uncrustables. If I ever do a 50-mile race, I'm probably gonna do a 50-mile race at some point. When I do a 50-mile race, Uncrustables, that's gonna be a huge part of my fueling plan. Alright, I'm probably 2,000 calories down. I need to get 4,500 calories today. It's gonna be crazy. Alright, Zegama 2 here. Nike's Max Cushion Trail Shoe. What is this thing all about? So as I was out there, I was thinking 3 C's: cushion, comfort, and control. That's really what I was getting all across this platform. So you have this nice, wide, stable base. That's giving me the control. Now the grip wasn't the best. The lugs actually did a great job shedding the mud, but for any of the deeper mud, bro, I've just been having a ton of camera drama. It was on a weird setting, but as I was saying, any of the deeper mud, that's where this thing didn't do the best job. And you can see we did get a lot of mud on this thing. If I had a road shoe that looked like this, I would be absolutely crying. But no road shoe that looks like this. It did a really nice job protecting the legs. Now here's the distinction here. The cushion and the comfort, great on the legs, great bounce. It felt like a max stack trail shoe. It did feel like a Trail Vomero, not a Trail Invincible, a Trail Vomero. But up in the front here, not a ton of flexibility, but you don't have a rock plate and the foam isn't the densest. It's dense, but it's not the densest, so I could feel stepping on the roots and rocks and the sharpness. So the cushion is there. You get 39 in the back, 35 in the front, provides a nice platform for landing. The comfort is there and the control is there. It feels decently nimble. I didn't feel like it was tall and wobbly. There was no point where I felt out of control or unstable, and even bombing downhills, that was one of the strengths of this shoe. Weirdly, that was one of the strengths of this shoe, and there was no moments really where I felt uncontrollable bounce. So it's a solid shoe. I'll definitely be running it again, and if we think about the price here, $130 compared to the shoe that I have on my foot right now. Let me pull this one up. The Norda 001. This guy is $300. So comparing these two shoes, the Zegama gets you 85–90% of what you're getting out of the Nike, but just putting the Norda on and walking down here, I was remembering, oh my gosh, this is why I like the Norda. It does have that magic special quality. It just activates more. It's almost like this is a Trail Light Strike Pro here in the Norda, and it doesn't feel super bouncy and super energetic until you're out there for some time. So it takes some time to break in. This is like the Adios Pro 3 of the trails. It's gonna last forever. The Zegama feels lighter weight, not as robust, but still comfortable and still cushioned. And if I had to pick a trail shoe with a $150 budget, I mean, this is $180 MSRP. It's $130 right now. This would be great. It can handle anything. This feels like a workhorse type of shoe. We had every single type of trail terrain that you can imagine today. Grass, mud, rocks, roots, red clay. We actually did not have slick rocks. That was the only thing we didn't have, like completely wet, watery rocks. Everything else though, we did have today, and this handled it great. That's exactly what the Nord is gonna do as well. Neither of these are super specialized for one type of terrain. So if you're gonna be spending a lot of time out there on your feet, this Zegama is gonna be great. Now, downsides of the shoe, it does not have a lot of pep. So as I was doing those uphill repeats here, there's about a half mile, 50 to 60 feet of elevation gain uphill. This just, it doesn't have that bite. And that's gonna be the difference between this and, let's see, dig in the magic bag here. This and a true trail racing shoe like the Adidas Agravic Speed Ultra, this is gonna have way more bite and pop. This does have energy rods. They're not carbon. I believe they are glass fibers, some different sort of material here. So that's the thing. If you're doing any true speed where you are going to be running all out, feels like a marathon pace or faster on the trails, this isn't the one I would pick. Anytime when I was trying to actually get on runnable flat terrain and run, or when I was on the pavement and running, this is not good. The lugs do feel like trail lugs. The outsole feels heavy. It does not feel flexible. Same thing with the Norda. I would not take this on the roads if I had a choice. I did do it was a trail race at my friend Jim Rhodes' house. It was 100 loops around his house. It was about 17 miles with 2,500 feet of elevation gain. And there's a patch of 10 yards in front of his house on the street that was paved. And this was fine for that. But if I were doing an ultra on the roads, ooh, or any sort of serious trail race with big road section, probably wouldn't take the Norda. It just feels heavy. Same thing with the Zegama. That's where a lighter outsole like what you get in the Adidas is gonna be better. So strengths here, cushion, comfort, control. Downside, it's not super fast. Another downside, on the other side, the rocks, the plate here, there's lack of rock plate, lack of protection means you can feel some of those rocks coming through, but that's a trade-off. You can get the control or you can get the complete deadened out of the platform. So as a max cushion trail shoe, I'm very happy with this. It's stable, decently fun. The upper is great, 100% dialed in. Best trail upper that I've tried by far, and I've tried probably 6 or 7 or 8 trail shoes this year. I've tried on the roadside the hundreds of shoes, so can't compare, but even to a road shoe, if they put this upper on a road shoe, it would be great. So all around solid shoe, looks good. I will definitely be using it again out here on the trails. Am I gonna race in it? Probably not. The Norda is just a better version of what the Zegama is, and I have both of these in my rotation. So if you're gonna go out to buy a new trail shoe, the Zegama would be great because it's $130 with the Running Warehouse sale, but because I have both of these, the Norda, you are getting what you pay for. Is it worth $300 again? I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it does have better performance in terms of this midsole here. Slightly bouncier, slightly more protective, same stability, and a little bit better on the mud. That was the thing. Any of the deep mud, this wasn't great. So downsides, deep mud. Downsides, you get some rock feel up in the forefoot when going over sharper rocks. Last downside, speed. But it's an all-around versatile package. This would probably be okay too for a winter outside shoe. This is not a Gore-Tex upper, and I don't believe they have a Gore-Tex upper version of this. Before 130 bucks, it's worth the flyer on it if you're looking for a winter shoe, though I do have to say, last shoe out of the magic bag here. Bada boom. Bada bang. I would probably go Peg Trail if you're looking for something that is more specialized to the roads. So similar feeling shoes actually, but the Zegama has more foam in the forefoot, bouncier, more protective for the trails. Peg Trail here, definitely a better option for the road. So all around, I'm happy with the shoe. It's a decent buy. Not gonna be my shoe for this Ultra, but great shoe. If you need a first trail shoe, this will be awesome at $130. It's not the same Zoom X as the Alpha Fly and the Vaporfly, but it has all those qualities that I look for in a max cushion shoe. Stability, support, comfort, with a touch of fun. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Dude, it is so cold out here. Oh my gosh.
This is the Uncrustables colorway. You got the peanut butter, the jelly, and the bread. The Uncrustable Zegama 2s. Bang.
Man, I had so much camera drama in the past 2 days. Got to make sure all my cords are plugged in. But one more thing here, I want to talk through just quick update on my ultra training strategy here now that I'm about 1 week into committing to this. So main goal is just showing up to the start line, feeling healthy and strong, of course, but trying to get time on the trails. So today was my first trail run. First real trail run I've done this year. So good 2-hour trail run, half marathon. I'm still trying to figure out my race day strategy. I might just go out there and try to hang on, but pacing was about 9-minute miles. That was I would say a relaxed effort for most of it with some hills. I wasn't pushing it. I'm gonna try to get another trail run this weekend, 2.5 to 3 hours as my long run. And yesterday I had a lot of elevation gain. So I'm just focusing on elevation gain, big mileage, and trails. Those 3 things, keeping it very simple. And because this is only a 50K, which is 30 miles, and that's still long, but only in the world of ultras, because a lot of ultras go up to 50 miles, 100 miles. So because this is only a 50K, I don't have to worry as much about the fueling strategy, because I'll be out there 4 or 5 hours, probably 6 hours max. So it's not as big of a deal. That's how long a lot of people would run a marathon, and you're not going to be eating pad thai in the middle of a marathon, so I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, 1 week in, feeling good, focusing on crushing elevation gain. Got another 1,200 feet today, got 2,000 yesterday, so that's 3,000 in the past 2 days, and I'll probably get another 1,500 at least on Sunday when I do my long runs out in the trail. So if you've been following along the ultra stuff in the past week, let me know. And probably last call for any trail shoes you want to see me test. I'll probably do one more order in, test 1 or 2 more things, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Of course, the camera was pointed down. I just can't catch a break with this camera today. It's absurd. All right, I'll see you guys. All right, one more thing, real refuel. We have pasta. Is there sausage in this? Pasta with walnuts and cauliflower, caramelized onions and lemon. I might make a sausage for later, but this looks super good. I'm so hungry. I think I'm down 1,500 calories.